Hello, seniors. I hope that you are all staying safe and well. Today, we are going to work toward earning our Social Innovator badge, which falls under our entrepreneurship pillar. So, social innovators. What are they? What do they do? What does that mean? They are those who identify important issues and then brainstorm creative solutions and work together to make their community or their world a better place. So, in step one, you're looking at the big picture. So I want you to think about what is an important issue that matters to you. And this can be anything. It can be related to Girl Scouts. It can be a community problem that you see or that you've worked on in a silver or gold award project at one point. It can be a world problem, something that's affecting a much larger population. So I want you to take a few minutes and think about what is that one issue that's important to you? And then follow it up with, why is this issue important, not only to you, but on a larger scale? What is the big picture of this image? So if the issue that's important to you is women's health, something to think about would be, okay, how does this affect me as a woman? How does my health affect me? One step further, how does women's health and a lack of access or more access to healthcare for women in general in your community, is it accessible? Who is it accessible to? Who is it not accessible to? You also want to think about, even on a global or a world scale, who is affected by these issues. So again, if you're thinking about women's health, what countries maybe have more advanced healthcare options or more support for women's health? What countries or populations are at a disadvantage and are suffering from a lack of those resources? So these are all things to think about. Step two is about making a connection. So making a personal and also a business connection to this idea and this issue that is so important to you. So how are you building contacts with others? Who can you work with to expand on your own solutions and your own creative ideas to better your approach and your creation of a solution for this issue? You're also going to think about building empathy. So empathy is being able to understand and share in that experience of another person. So whether it's women's health or poverty or homelessness, any issue that you're addressing, you want to find a place where you can share empathy and try to understand what it would be like to walk in that person's shoes. Oftentimes, that visual alone can help you to start to develop a better perspective on how you're going to solve this problem, because you're seeing it firsthand and you're really trying to understand what it is like to live that every day. The next step is going to be developing a solution from a specific point of view. So oftentimes with different issues, there are so many different points of view that you can get a little overwhelmed. So what I'd like you to do is when you think about picking the issue that's important to you, also think about if there's any particular perspectives on this issue. So there could be A perspective and B perspective. And which side of that coin do you fall on and do you feel most connected to? And then I want you to take that point of view and try to craft a solution for this issue that would satisfy folks who also share in that belief or that perspective on the issue. Practice pitching ideas and getting feedback is our last step. So as you're creating and you're building these new solutions, as with any business or any venture, you have to think about, how can this be made better? You might have a phenomenal idea, but there is always room for improvement. There's always room for constructive criticism. And oftentimes when investors are coming in to support your business and provide you with the funds to expand, they want to know, why is this worth it? How successful are you? How confident are you in pitching your idea? And how sustainable is this idea? Can this be continued? Can this be continued beyond just your involvement? If you were to step back, who would run this business? How would it be run? How would you ensure that that business becomes sustainable and continues? All right, so you can now get started earning your Social Innovator badge. And as always, I hope you enjoy this badge process.